In this video, I'm going to teach you a reading mechanism that once you grasp this, your Bible reading is going to go to the next level. And it's the idea of you're going to just have to find out. So I'm sure you're dying to know what is this idea that you need to apply as you read the scriptures. What is this skill that you got to put in place? It's called the paragraph. A lot of us think that the Bible was written in verses. In fact, we quote it in verses, but it was not written in verses. It was written in paragraphs. And this skill of reading the Bible in paragraphs is going to solve a lot of interpretive problems. And in fact, it's going to keep you away from the landmines of misinterpretation and misunderstanding. And so what I want to do today is to help you understand and figure out the paragraph. Say it again, the paragraph, the paragraph, the paragraph. All right, so the paragraph, right? And you probably learned this in English class that paragraphs are a complete thought block. It's like a chunk of information. And typically you have a main idea and then you have supporting information within the paragraph. And that's exactly how the Bible is kind of put together. Now, we don't see those kind of spaces in the Bible. We kind of just see verses kind of split apart. And so one of the ways to kind of help yourself to think through paragraphs, you probably want to grab a Bible that is put together in paragraphs, not split in verses. And that's actually my particular version right here. You probably cannot see it well because it's kind of small. But most Bibles now, they are putting the Bible in paragraphs. And I want to encourage you that you want a Bible like that. So the first thing that you probably want to do, buy one, right? Or if you have an app, you probably can change the settings on your app and then it can put it in paragraphs. And that's going to take you to the next level. And so don't focus on the verse, focus on the paragraph. All right. So I want us to look at a famous verse that we all like to read, and it's Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. So check this. It says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. One of my favorite basketball players, Steph Curry, likes to use this verse, and he quotes it as he's about to shoot the basketball or play in his NBA games. But is that what it meant? That you can do all things by playing basketball, you can do all things by robbing a bank, or you can do all things by taking a math class? Is that really what it meant? Now, if we just stick to the verse and we don't look at the paragraph, we can say all kinds of stuff about the verse. But if we actually look at it based upon the paragraph which is a part of, you will see that that's not what it is talking about. So where's the paragraph? According to my Bible, the paragraph begins in verse 10 and it ends in verse 20. And verse 10 is basically saying, but I rejoice in the Lord greatly that now at last your care for me has flourished again, though you surely did care, but you lacked opportunity. So basically what Paul is talking about in this paragraph is talking about how he had a church, the Philippians, who cared for him, but they didn't have an opportunity to show him love. They didn't have an opportunity to take care of him, right? But then he's saying, though you didn't have an opportunity, I have learned that in verse 11 it says, not that I speak in regard to need, for I have learned, right? He's talking about an education process that he went through. He's talking about experiences that helped him to see something that he didn't see before. I have learned. And it'll be good if you learn some stuff, right? And I hope you're learning through this video right now. Not that I speak in regard to need, for I have learned in whatever state I am to be content. So Paul is talking about, hey, you guys could have helped me out, but you didn't. But now I have learned to be content whether you help me out or not. Wow, that's an interesting picture. Let's continue looking at the paragraph, right? Notice what Paul says. I know how to be abased. I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I have learned to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. Okay. So he's talking about how he has learned that it doesn't matter what he's going through, but he's content. Now verse 13 comes in. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So now when he says I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, he's basically saying, because I have learned how to be content, because I've learned that in whatever situation I'll be cool, then I can actually make it in every situation because I have Christ who's actually giving me strength. Christ is giving me strength in whatever situation I find myself in. So this verse is not talking about you can do all things through Christ, like anything, but it's simply talking about you have Christ's power whenever you're going through situations that you may not plan for, things you may not like, and then in fact, when you read even further down, it'll show you that that's what Paul is talking about. So again, if you just start reading the Bible in paragraphs, it's going to take you to the next level. And that's what I want you to do today. Read the Bible in paragraphs. Go back to this particular passage. Read it for yourself. Think through it and see what it is actually telling you. In the next video, it's going to be exciting because I want to teach you about the key thought in each paragraph. How do you identify what the author is actually talking about? You're going to have to come for the next video for that. But thank you. And I hope that you will start interpreting the Bible skillfully. Your boy is out. Peace.